Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a fun, lighthearted video about things that brands do that drive me absolutely bonkers. I feel like this is a nice little break for you guys in between all of the eyeshadow palette reviews I have been doing. And in case you're wondering, yes, there is one for this eye. I will leave it linked down below. I am also going to leave a link down below Charlotte HOLDCROFT's video because she is the one that came up with this. I got the idea from her and I was inspired to create this. I was cracking up at hers, so I was like, hey, I'm gonna do it as well. And I have 10 things that drive me bonkers. I believe she said things that drive her nuts, but bonkers is a fun word for me and I just like to say it, so I changed it to bonkers. Anywho, let's start off with number one. These are not in any particular order, but I'm just numbering them so I can know for sure that I actually mentioned them all, because sometimes I skip things on accident. Number one, randomly, all of a sudden, dropping a brand new product. As a YouTuber, I can't stand this. I have to budget. You know, not everything is into me in PR. I buy the majority of the makeup that is on my channel. So when I am going through and I'm budgeting and I know that I need to buy this, 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 and this, and this that's about to come out, and then all of a sudden somebody major, you know, like Pat McGrath or Natasha Denona, somebody that I always do a review on, and they drop something just like that, I have to buy it and I'm not prepared. So it really drives me bonkers when this happens. I like to have at least a week's advance notice. You know, I don't like to be notified too soon because I feel like that can kind of, you know, drive down some of the excitement for it, but give me a week, just a week. Don't drop it on one day, you know, just like, oh, by the way, here's a new thing. Yeah, thanks. And I think it's hard on the consumer as well because, you know, they might be thinking, oh, I know that I really want this palette. And now they're confused because do I hurry up and buy this even though I haven't seen any reviews? Yeah, just stop doing that. Give us some notice. Number two, pre-orders. And I'm sorry, Lady Gaga, I love you, but I'm gonna have to call you out for this. Again, I love you, but that pre-order was a hot mess. And I got my product in, and I have to say, again, with the excitement, my level of excitement went way down because I was excited about the product when it first came out. You get to see it online, then you start imagining like what you're gonna do with it. And she did a pre-order over a month before it actually came out. And I did the pre-order, and when I got it in the mail, I had already forgotten about it. So that was kind of like, I lost the excitement for it. I don't like pre-orders. If it's, again, a week beforehand, I do like that because I feel like I can kind of just get it out of the way instead of setting an alarm, especially when you don't know what time something is coming out. You know, they don't want their website to be crashing. So they will just, you know, release it whatever time on whatever day. Now, if it's a week ahead of time and you have a pre-order, I'm down, I'm game. Sometimes Beautylicious does this and I love it because, again, I can just get it out of the way. But when you do a pre-order and it's a month ahead of time, please don't do that. It just, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Number three, popular colors constantly being released in a new face palette or eyeshadow palettes. Now, an example of this would be like NARS Laguna and Orgasm always being in every single face palette that they put out. I'm just like, stop. I'm buying all of your face palettes and now I have 30 Lagunas, you know, that type of thing. Or, you know, BECCA does this a lot. And it's just, most of us already have it. And if we have it, we don't want it 10 times over. And while it is a top seller of yours, I can promise you that the consumer wants to see something different, especially now. Everything is so oversaturated that if you're not showing us a different color or a different formula or just something different in general, then I start to lose interest. Even if I like everything else in the palette, if I own 4 shades in that palette already, I'm just kind of like, I don't want it because it's too much. It's too excessive. I don't want to have 30 of the same shade. All right, now let's go on to number 4. This one really gets to me. This one more than drives me bonkers. It is changing the formula and not letting the consumer know. I can't tell you how many times this has happened. Sometimes it's happened for the better. You know, I believe that Double Wear was reformulated. I hated it initially and then ended up loving it. But there has been other formulas that I bought because it's something that I repurchase all the time. And you're wondering why, oh, why is my face breaking out? Why doesn't my makeup not look as good as it usually does? I'm using all the same products. And it's because so-and-so did not tell you that they changed the entire formula. And it feels the same going on, or it looks the same, but then something about it has changed. I can't stand that. Just be transparent. Say, hey, just let you guys know this has a new formula. Even if you only say it for the first month or so that it's released, let us know. We need to know these things. And especially for people that have specific allergies or things that irritate their skin, they're not going to check the ingredient list every single time they order a product. I'm telling you, every time I order my SISLEY powder, I'm not checking to see if the ingredients have changed, if they've all of a sudden added cornstarch. Cornstarch breaks me out. So if that happened, I would be really upset. So that is a really, really big one for me. One that falls under that same category, number 5, is constantly changing the formula. Even if you are letting us know, if I have a favorite eyeshadow formula, and then I'm buying this eyeshadow and you're like, oh, it's a brand new eyeshadow formula. I'm like, really? I don't know what to expect. So even if you're telling me this, if you do it once, twice, okay. But if you're constantly changing the formula of something, you become inconsistent and it will make the consumer be less likely to want to purchase, especially right off the bat. They are definitely going to be waiting for those reviews. And then people like me who are, again, purchasing because I want to review for you, it's irritating because I will get excited about something knowing at least that it is a new formula, but not knowing what to expect. And sometimes you ruin a good thing. Natasha Denona, unfortunately, has done this several times. Some of her new formulas have been amazing. And then while other ones have been like, why did you change this? You had a good thing. Like, quit doing that, you know? So constantly changing the formula of anything, not just shadows, is very, very, very frustrating. Number 6. This doesn't just drive me bonkers. This makes me really, really sad. Yes, I am being dramatic. No, I don't care. Discontinuing products. My favorite products. Cough, cough, La Mer. I'm still, years later, still heartbroken about my favorite powder being discontinued. Even though I have backup upon backup, I'm still heartbroken that that powder was discontinued. But hey, at least they told us that it was a new formula. Lip Tensity from MAC. That is such a good lipstick formula. I'm not sure what happened with that, whether it was the whole MAC craze that made it to where like nobody wanted to buy those because it was more of just like a gel-like formula, but it was so pigmented and it felt so good on the lips. This was one of my favorite lipstick formulas of all time. And they just discontinued them. They made some of the shades into their other formulas, but it's not the same. So I get really sad when all of a sudden I can't buy one of my favorite products because it's been discontinued. I do understand the business side of it if, you know, something is not selling or this or that, but like when you discontinue something and it's something that everybody loves, I don't get it. Like, don't do that. It's mean. Number 7, not coming out with your full shade range, concealer, foundation, powder, whatever it is, all at the same time. So say you have a release date and you're like, you know what? We're not completely done with the shades yet. We know already that we're going to add these other shades in a month or 2. But I'm going to go ahead and release it anyway. I feel like you should just wait. Wait that extra month or 2. I can promise you, especially if people know that you had other shades that you are working on and are going to add to the line, it's going to be better for you to wait than it will be to release these and leave these other people out. Now, what I'm not talking about are, you know, brands that have a core line right now and then they are slowly adding to it. I think that's amazing, but a new product that you already know that you're going to be adding these 5, 10 shades in 2 months, don't do that. Just wait. and do it all at once. People will be so much happier with that, and then you can extend later on and grow. That is amazing, but just don't leave people out intentionally. I feel like that is an intentional thing. Like you just want to go ahead and get the money now instead of waiting whenever you have all your intended shades available. So I don't like that. That drives me bonkers. Number 8, saying something is limited edition to create panic. I can't stand this. I cannot stand this. If a company already knows that, yeah, we're definitely going to be selling this later, but we want to create this sense of, oh my gosh, if I don't get it right now, I'm not going to be able to get it. So then people run out and spend the money that they might not even have at the time because they're worried about FOMO, fear of missing out, or, you know, they really, really want the item. They're scared that they're not going to be able to get it later. I think that is wrong. And companies are doing this more and more and more often. They are saying something is limited edition and then, you know, a few months later being like, you know, oh my God, you guys loved it so much, so we brought it back and now it's permanent. No, you already knew that this was going to be permanent. You were just playing games. That's not cool. Stop it. Next up is something I hear a lot of people complaining about all the time, and it definitely drives me bonkers as well. And it is releasing too many things back to back to back to back to back. I do not know what is going on right now, but it seems to be a trend. Not with just one company or two companies, but just so many companies are just releasing one thing after another after another. I'm like, didn't I just see a palette from you last week? They'll be a week apart, and that is not an exaggeration. You'll see one, and then you'll see another one, and then you'll see another one. I'm like, I need some time here. And that has stopped me from purchasing a lot of things that I will look at and I probably would have purchased if I hadn't seen something from you last week. You know, I feel like you are also going to run out of ideas very quickly doing it that way, and things will start to become repetitive because how many ideas can you possibly have? And especially if you're releasing something that often, I don't get as excited. I feel like, okay, well, you know, they're going to release something again in just a few days. So what's the point in purchasing this one? I want to see what they're going to come out with next week. I don't understand this. It's like pushing, more. And I'm just like, I don't need that many. So I'm going to pick out my favorite every once in a while and purchase that way. And I'm not going to purchase every single thing that you release. Quit doing that. Just quit. The very last one, number 10, is bundles. I don't know if I'm the only one. I can't be the only one. I can't stand bundles where you can't pick. I feel like if you're going to have a bundle option, then you should be able to pick the products that you want to be in your bundle. Now, I know that you do end up saving money this way, and I'm just going to use MAC as an example. I think that they did it with the Patrick Star. This completely stopped me from purchasing because I wanted the blush from one and the lipstick from another, and I didn't want to sit here and purchase this $50 bundle and then this $50 bundle to get the products that I wanted. I would have rather have paid the regular price and gotten each individual thing, or if you're going to do a bundle, let us pick what we have in that bundle. So if you're going to do a $49.99 bundle, I'm just making up a price here, and it's going to include a lipstick, a blush, and whatever else, a liner or a gloss, let us pick, you know, because it's not one color works for all, you know. So I don't like bundles. I can't stand it when they do that. I feel like they do it because they want you to buy more. They want you to buy this bundle because you really, 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 really want that lipstick because it is so pretty, but that blush will look so much better on your skin tone. So you end up buying both of them and you have all of these products instead of just picking the, you know, one here, one here. It's a ploy to get more money, with the thought being driven into the consumer's head that they are saving money because in the bundle altogether it is cheaper. Can't stand it, drives me bonkers. Anywho, that is it for all the things that brands and companies do that drive me absolutely bonkers. Let me know down below what are some things that drive you bonkers, and make sure you check out Charlotte's video. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.